Hello there and welcome. I'm Terry with TKO Properties, and I'm so glad you're here. If you've been thinking about selling your home, wondering about the selling process, or you're just curious about what your home is worth, this is the perfect place to start. In the next 25 minutes or so, I'm going to walk you through what's really going on in today's Morris County real estate market, how to avoid some of the most costly mistakes that sellers make, costing them time and money, and what smart sellers are doing right now to get top dollar. Whether you're planning a move soon or just doing some homework, grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's dive in. If you have any questions or want to share your own previous selling story, drop a comment below. We always enjoy connecting with our homeowners. At the end of the seminar, you'll have an opportunity to book a personalized real estate phone conversation consultation with me to discuss your plans and the home selling strategy. So let's get started. As a homeowner, how do you feel about the selling process? Concerned? Stressed out? Intimidated? Anxious? Uncertain? By the end of the seller seminar, you will be feeling much more relaxed about the selling process with our guidance. So a little bit about me. I'm the broker owner of TKO Properties and a professional real estate consultant. We've helped hundreds of families and sellers transitioning to next level of living from referrals and repeat clients. I was licensed in 2001, opened the woman-owned and operated brokerage in 2005. We have over 20 years experience in residential real estate, rentals, and some commercial. We specialize with first-time sellers, move-up sellers, those that are resizing, downsizing, estate sales for family members, and absentee owners wishing to sell. We'll help you with all your real estate needs. You just need to reach out to us. Here's one of my favorite home seller testimonials. We hired broker Terry of TKO Properties, who we knew had a great reputation. We appreciated that she would take care of our interest in moving my brother's home in East Hanover. We were absentee owners and could not be there. We lived in South Carolina and had not been lived in for over 10 years. Terry was professional and dedicated in getting repairs completed by licensed professionals, which she had worked with before to make the house safe. After the repairs were completed, the house went up for sale and was under contract in 4 days. Even though it wasn't updated, it was safe. We could not have accomplished this without Terry's valuable knowledge. I would recommend Terry to everyone. She was a godsend. That's one of my favorites. We assist many out-of-town sellers that have family estates that they're selling and absentee owners that aren't local. We're local, so we take care of everything for them. What are the steps to selling your home? Declutter, clean, and pack what you don't need now. If you're taking it with you, just pack it up. If you don't need it, donate it, give it away, or whatever. 2, finding a qualified real estate broker like us. Number 3, pricing your home to sell the first time so you don't have to have expired listings and price adjustments along the way. Set a home selling timeline based on your moving needs. Number 5, consider getting a home inspection at the beginning, which is known as a pre-home inspection. Number 6, staging your home for potential buyers. And virtual staging is available, so you don't have to go out and purchase new furniture unless you purchase new furniture that you're going to take with you to wherever you're moving. Number 7, listing your home and preparing for showings. Number 8, negotiating the contract with our expertise. Once offers start coming in, they're all negotiable, and that's where my expertise comes in. And number 9, closing the transaction, you're sold, and you're moving on. Decluttering, cleaning, and depersonalizing always makes a home more appealing to buyers. Making obvious repairs always a plus. What mistakes we'll go over during this presentation? Not preparing your home for sale is number 1. 2, not being educated on the current market. Number 3, not expecting home selling costs. Number 4, not setting a realistic list price. And number 5, not focusing on the business aspect. And we'll go over all of these in detail. Sellers need to decide what they are committed to. Selling quickly to move to the next level, or is price the driving force? But you can't have both. Mistake number 1, not being educated on the current market. What is the current market like in Morris County? Well, it certainly is a seller's market and has been for years. The demand for homes exceeds the supply we have. Sellers are at an advantage. More people are looking to buy than we have inventory to supply, so the competition is very high for the buyers and very frustrating. Key statistics. Year over year from 2024 to 2025, the closed sales, we've had 904 single-family homes that sold in 2025 above 2024, so that was a 5% increase. We've had 278 townhouses, which is a 21% increase, and we've had 32 adult communities where there's a limit on age. Some are 55, some are 62, some are 65, and that's down 22%. But the good news is that inventory is up 20%, but still not enough inventory for all the buyers that are looking to purchase. Influences. Past COVID issues are still with us, meaning we just don't have enough inventory for the buyers. The interest rates are currently between 6.5% and 7%, but that will depend on the buyer's credit scores, their debt to asset ratio, as to what interest rate they might get for a mortgage. And lack of housing supply. That's great for the sellers, but not so great for the buyers. Current inventory is very low compared to pre-COVID. Sellers who refinanced when the rates were 2%, 3%, and 4%, they're sitting on the fence, and we need them to be selling their homes so that we can have more inventory. And higher interest rates and more buyers than houses to buy is a really big factor. Here's an example. Betty and Joe wants to sell their home. The beginning steps, there are 3 simple steps to start. It's not overwhelming, but these are the first 3 steps you need to do. Start decluttering, donating or giving away items that you no longer need, and you're not taking with you when you move. Number 2, do you know where you will move to? And that's so important for the timeline for the sale of your home. Are you moving to a second home that you already own at the shore, or in Florida, or out west, or wherever it might be? Or are you moving in with your kids? And how much can you really bring? So that's really important to know where you're moving to. And number 3, contact us to provide a professional real estate consultation for your particular scenario. Sellers need to know these 3 easy steps in preparing for the selling process. If you need help decluttering, ask family members to help you, and give all your adult children that still have all of their high school stuff stored in your home 30 days notice to get it all out, or you're going to trash it. And maybe that'll motivate them, and maybe they don't care because they really don't need it. Mistake number 2, not expecting home selling costs. This is a big one. What improvements will pay you back? So the lowest costs would be to clean, and declutter. You can never clean too much. Buyers are very visual. Not only are they visual, but if they walk into a house where the odor is overwhelming, say from smokers or spices from cooking, they're going to probably pass on the house. Just an FYI. So clean, and declutter. The high return improvements: paint the interior rooms, the trim, the ceiling, and remove your wall-to-wall carpeting, and you probably have beautiful hardwood floors underneath, and let those hardwood floors shine, and spruce up your curb appeal. Having hardwood floors under wall-to-wall carpeting, buyers prefer the hardwood floors instead of carpet. So have the carpet removed and expose those beautiful hardwood floors that have never seen the light of day. Paint the rooms, the trim, the front door, anything that can spruce it up and freshen it up, because that's what we want when you're selling your home. And the exterior of the house also needs to be cleaned up. Remove all the debris. Have the old overgrown shrubs removed. If they're dead shrubs, remove them. Trim the tree limbs back from the house so that you can see the house and more sunshine comes in. So there's lots you can do to spruce up your house for the buyers so that they want to put an offer in on your house. What is a mortgage penalty, and is your mortgage assumable? A lot of folks don't know that there are many mortgages that are actually assumable. So assumable would be where a buyer would come, and if your mortgage is assumable, and let's say you've had the house for 40 years or 30 years or 20 years, and your mortgage is $200,000, and we're selling your house for $500,000, the mortgage at $200,000 at your rate, and let's say it's 5%, the buyer can assume it with the lender if he qualifies with the lender for a credit debt to asset ratio. Then the buyer would have to put down his down payment, and let's say that's $100,000. So now we're up to $300,000. And then he would take a second mortgage for the balance of $200,000 to make you whole and get your $500,000 price. This is something that most realtors don't know or don't even talk about. A lot of the assumable mortgages are Fannie Mae, FHA, and VA, which is the vets. you should check with your financial institution that holds your mortgage and ask about this. So here are the other things you should be checking with your lender. Know your penalty in advance. If there's a prepayment penalty to pay off your mortgage, you need to know that, because that is a cost that you'll have to incur. And how to avoid it is to call the lender and ask what it is. Let's say you've lived in your house 30 years and you've refinanced along the way a few times, as many of us have. If you had a prepayment penalty and we're selling your house for a big profit, that might just be worth it to you. So some prepayment penalties are worth it. So again, you need to check with your lender about whether or not you have prepayment penalties for your mortgage and if your mortgage is assumable. Mistake number 3, not preparing your home for sale. I know everyone thinks that in this market you don't have to do anything to your house because it is a seller's market, but you should be preparing it for sale so that the buyers are interested in it. We get only one chance to make a first impression. So, staging, is it necessary? Well, you can tell by the photos right here. There's the before and the after. Do you think it's necessary? So the top photo is someone who's probably lived in that house 30 years or 40 years. You can tell just by the wall-to-wall carpeting, the mural on the dining room wall to the right, and the furniture looks like it's worn and it's seen a lot of living. So the after photo underneath is so much more appealing to you, to the buyers, and anybody else that comes through. So the things you can do would be, if you know where you're moving to and you need furniture, why not buy the furniture now? Get rid of the old furniture you have by donating it or giving it away. And then your staging is all set for your main living areas. And then when you leave, you could just take your new furniture to your new level of living. So what we want to do here is to minimize clutter. You see there is no pictures or artwork or mirrors on the before photo, but then on the after photo, you could see how much that adds visually to the decor. And buyers are very visual and need to envision their furniture and decor in the space. Staging may also be virtual, and we can do virtual, and I'll show you just what we do for that. So what you don't need and don't want and you're not taking, get it out of the house now so that when we're showing the house, everything looks great. So here's some virtual staging, which we do. Again, you can see the bottom photo is really what the room looks like. It's vacant. And the top room is where it's virtually staged with furniture, virtually. So nobody has to buy anything, but we can put the furniture in, and also the decor, the artwork. So that enables the buyers to envision, let's say, where the TV's gonna go, over the fireplace. Where am I putting my sofa? And you could see it's on the longest wall, which it should be. So it gives the buyers a feel for, well, yes, I think my furniture will fit in here lovely, like. And the photos in the multiple listing service require a notation that rooms are virtually staged, which is what we do. Mistake number 4, not setting realistic prices. Realistic prices for your home. And I understand that every seller feels that their home is special, and that if their neighbor or someone on their block sold their house for a high price, they think that their house should get the same price. However, if the neighbor has updated their kitchen and made their kitchen larger, or put on a huge master suite, or they put in an in-ground pool, and you don't have any of those things, your home cannot be compared to that home. So this is our strategy. When you overprice a home, which is this one here, the overpriced home, again, like I said before, you have one chance to make a good first impression. If it's overpriced, buyers are very savvy. They've been out there looking at all the houses, and if yours is overpriced, I'm not expecting that buyers are going to even want to see the house. So keep that in mind. We're fresh on the market 2 to 3 weeks, and then we become stale like bread in the grocery store. The middle one is it's priced below market. And that is our strategy, usually to get folks to come in, as many folks as we can, so that once they come in and they see your house, all of the money that the buyer has saved for renovating or painting or whatever they might want to do, and your house has all of that, then they'll take their extra money and put it towards the purchase price. So getting more people in is the strategy we like, so we get more qualified buyers and their offers. I know sellers don't like to do that, but this is what works in this market. And price just right. This is something where we use data, statistics, and give you a suggested range of list price. And it's all data driven. So it's called a comparative market analysis, but it's something that really gives us a feel for what's going in the market today. When pricing and selling your home, it'll take about 45 to 90 days for closing to actually happen once we're officially under contract and out of attorney review. If it's a cash buyer, it could be as short as 30 days. So in your timeline for your move, make sure you keep those numbers of days in your mind, because if you need to move quickly, you don't want to be overpricing your house. I always like to give a little bit about what buyers are looking for the sellers, because that's important for them to understand why the buyers are looking and what they're looking for. What are buyers looking for? A home they can afford. Because it's a seller's market, as you all know, a lot of the homes are overpriced, and they are doing price adjustments, which is not what I like my sellers to do, because we call it the sins of the sellers, which shows up on Zillow and Realtor.com, all of the price adjustments that you have. And a price adjustment for just $5,000 isn't going to do anything for a buyer. The price adjustments should be deep and be in line with today's market value is for the home. So the buyers are looking for the home they can afford, the location and condition. Some buyers are not handy. They want to make sure that whatever they buy is updated. And some buyers may say, I can do everything, or I'll learn to do everything. And they might take something that's not updated. Access to highways and public transportation. If they're working or they're always on the go, they are looking for a location where they have access to the highways and the public transportations without driving a long distance. If they have children, they may consider the schools. And if they're planning on having children, they're definitely considering the schools. And their personal preference. So we never know what their preferences are for their dream home. But maybe it's how many bedrooms. Are the bedrooms all together on one floor? Or are there 2 bedrooms downstairs and 2 bedrooms upstairs? I don't want the kids downstairs, when we're sleeping upstairs, how many baths there are. Do we need a garage? Do we want a garage? A finished basement? A big yard for the kids, the dogs, the cats? Quiet street? Do they want a split level? A bi-level? A colonial? A ranch? Or are they looking to start out in a condo or a townhouse? So every buyer is different and their needs are different, but I thought it would be interesting for my sellers to know it could be anything. Are you less concerned? Less stressed out? Less intimidated? You should be less anxious and less uncertain. We are with you every step of the way, guiding and ensuring you all will be good. It seems like a lot, but it's just a process. And the steps in the process we've been doing for 20 years. And we are a calm group. We make sure everybody's comfortable with going on, and the communication is there for you. You can reach out to us at any time, and we'll reach out to you with any new information that we might have. As I mentioned earlier, you're able to book a consultation, a phone consultation with us. The Calendly link will be in the video description below. So this wraps up our seminar for my homeowners who wish to sell. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this gave you some clarity and confidence about the selling process. If you have any questions, please put in the comments below for us to answer. Please book your complimentary phone consultation in the video description below. Every home situation is different. So if you would like to talk through your plans, get a personalized home value estimate, or just ask a few questions, I am here for you. No pressure, just helpful information. Book your complimentary phone strategies session in the video description below. It is quick, easy, and I promise you will walk away with helpful insights. And if you found this seller seminar helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. It is always a pleasure hearing from my homeowners, answering their questions, and navigating the selling process together. Don't forget to schedule your complimentary phone consultation in the video description below. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.